This is Henry David Thoreau. Visit. Oh, wow. At Sugar Creek. Little creek at the back end of the river forest areas. Still flowing. End of September. Hasn't rained in a month. It's just precious, beautiful, sweet. Looks like we have one of our little critters building a little dam, perhaps. You know, good way to pile up the water and catch some fish and flies, bugs, all kinds of nutrients everywhere here. He hiding from me. I saw him when I first got here. And the river flowing sweetly here. Here comes a guard. This area is at the edge of the culvert underneath the road. Beautiful looking through it though. There's the road up above. There's no trespassing signs all over this place. It's all woods just like this. No hunting, fishing, or anything else. Sugar Creek passing down through here. Just over the edge of this forest line here, there's huge power lines going all the way. Real big, powerful ones. And they're built on top of the old train lines that aren't here anymore. You see, this used to be big timber milling and plantation owner croplands. And they moved everybody out of this county. That's first the Indians, and then brought in white people with the slaves that were transported from South Carolina, that were brought in by the American Navy, although there's no history documenting it. And they trained them in and wagoned them in. They had their working population. About 30–40% of the people live here. Look at how beautiful every place is here. This is just wonderful. Then the slaves, African Americans, were supposedly freed in 1865 at the end of the Civil War. But all they did was change one thing: how they were holding on to their slave working populations, which is they would arrest all the local people, black, African Americans, and mostly used them as free labor. They were then imprisoned, arrested for the littlest thing, and made to work for free. Of course, they did have to feed the people, their workers, nonetheless. This is the true history. And Sugar Creek and all the trees here know it. Still, can't disturb this right here. There's a lot more to this local story. Just ask any of the trees and they'll tell you. Yes, this critter here, he'll tell you too. Now that Henry David Thoreau is here visiting, try again 100 years later after Walden Pond, and more recently Rachel Carson's Silver Spring. Books revealing the degradation and elimination of natural habitat. And the understanding of the true reality life is. Here's a tree just across the river. Look at it, got lodged in between the two trees. And then just leaning a little bit on this one tree for the longest time. Little by little, parts came off, but it's still hanging in there. Here to the culvert. Take some beautiful pictures underneath there. There's Sugar Creek.